Oh, no, he didn't.
Girl. Yes, he did.
She said, that's an addition to the
Because it just happens so much. You'd be like, what y'all doing?
What we doing? Okay, before we get to what we talking about, hey y'all, hey, we talking to you. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Oh No Girl Yes, the podcast about relationships, dating, the end of relationships, breakups, dating, trying again. You can find us on all platforms. You can also find us on YouTube and see the video of what you're listening to, or if you're listening, you can see the video. If you see the video, you can listen. Also share the wealth. Don't keep us a secret, y'all. And also we would love to hear your comments. So, and Patreon, don't forget to become a Patreon subscriber. And thank you so much to our Patreon subscribers. All right, now back to the business of the yes, he did. Child. Of course, everybody's talking about Derrick Jackson. If you don't know who Derrick Jackson is, I don't really know who Derrick Jackson is. So can you tell us who Derrick?
I didn't even know we were going to give him airtime, but okay, we'll talk about
it. Airtime, but you don't want to talk about Derrick Jackson per Derrick Jackson because you're tired of talking about Derrick Jackson. But just for our listeners who don't know, tell them who he is, and then we won't use his name ever again.
He's a self-proclaimed relationship expert. His target is mainly women who are either in a relationship or single or want to be in a relationship. And he started off, I think, giving advice to women on how to interact with their husband, their spouse, or whatever, and how not to put up with crap from them being the men in their lives. And I think in the past couple of years, he's taken it upon himself to call out celebrities and high profile people who cheat on their wives, and basically call them to the carpet about it, and has gotten into some arguments with some people about it,
about cheating.
Yeah. So I think a lot of men,
anti-cheating. His message is anti-cheating.
His message is anti-cheating. His message you are a queen. You deserve to be treated a certain way. And this is how you do that.
And that's why women gravitate to his message.
Right. It's like, that's his market. And I will say this, since we brought his name up, is very manipulative and it's very dangerous.
But we ain't got to the end of the story yet. Wait. It sounds amazing. We're queens. We shouldn't put up with mess. He's anti-cheating. What could be the problem?
Well, he cheated.
Child.
On his wife.
With several and many.
Huh?
Now, I said repeatedly with several and many.
Right.
So now here's the issue with Derrick Jackson to no longer be referred to as such. I have seen his videos in passing, meaning people share videos. I've never clicked on one of them. I've never watched one of them. If you told me who he was, I would say, okay, that's the guy that sits in the car talking about relationships. Mm-hmm. Also, I've never seen the other dude either. Won't say his name either. Also another toxic man who, yeah. So anyway, so when it came out that he was cheating, I don't think I knew about it or heard about it until he and his wife had that video that kind of was weird. So again, if you are a listener, you can easily Google this. Can't get caught up. We don't want to tell you the whole story because it ain't our story to tell, but we want to talk about in general. Yeah. 1, do all men cheat? 2, can you stop a man from cheating? 3, why do men cheat? 4, does it matter if a man cheats? We talking about cheating today, y'all. So number 1, do you think all men cheat?
I think all men have the capability to cheat, just like all women do. I think we're human.
Men have a higher capability to cheat than women?
Yeah, I think they have a higher opportunity to cheat. Yes.
Yeah, I remember Chris Rock years ago in one of his stand-up. He said a man is as faithful as his options.
Right.
So
and in this space that we're living in 2021, there are a lot of options out there.
It's easy to get to them options. They always joke and say grandma and granddaddy stayed together because they didn't have social media, which is a episode we just did about relationships and social media. But it also allows access to people that you normally would not have ever been able to contact before. Celebrities included, the local news lady included, your next door neighbor included. You can slide in somebody's DM just because they on Facebook. You never would have had that kind of access to people like you do now. And some people take advantage of having that access when they really need to sit down somewhere with their spouse and their mate and their wife that they have already betrothed themselves to.
Right.
Stay out them DMs. But I would like to say I think all men also can cheat or have the propensity to cheat, just like all women do as well. Excuse me, get my life together. However, I think we tend to hear about more men cheating because men will communicate that cheating doesn't matter. It was just sex. It was just one time. She means nothing to me. Whereas most of the time when a woman cheats, it's more of an emotional relationship she has formed that she then consummates. She could probably already cheated in the heart and the mind. Yeah. And that's why she went outside the relationship. Whereas a guy could just see a big butt and a smile.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday at 2:32 p.m. And by 4:45, when he goes home for dinner, no, it ain't nothing to mention. It almost like I don't even remember that happening. So when you say something to a man that has cheated on you, as I have before, about somebody cheating, he will usually refer to the wrong time that he cheated.
Or the wrong person.
She's talking about my baby mama. No, that wasn't who. Okay, wait. That wasn't who I was. So it's somebody. So because we had to, but that is somebody. Oh, they don't even remember. It didn't mean that. They didn't even remember. They didn't even remember what time cheating y'all discussed. When it comes up again, they be admitting to something that they had never admitted to and don't remember the one they already admitted to. Mm-hmm. Good times. I'm just having some good memories here. Now, but I think women, we hear about them cheating less because it's more of an emotional connection. Also, I think we hear about women cheating less because we tend to be busy. So either we busy with the kids, we busy with work, or we busy trying to be some kind of person in this relationship. Whereas men, as busy as they may be in pursuing or dating or courting, they always have time for some extra shenanigans.
That's what I'm saying.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So don't, miss me with that.
Dating a single man and he busy. He ain't got time to date you. He's single. He don't have time to date you. But a married man with kids can have more than one other.
It's crazy, right?
Crazy. Blows your mind. So let's just say we can't say all men cheat. We know some men don't cheat. The ugly ones. I'm joking.
She does not mean that.
I don't mean that. I believe
the ones who recognize that they have the best thing going for them at the house.
What else you trying to do? You did good. You just trying to show out? You trying to you got me and then what happened? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's those.
Have you ever been cheated on? Mm-hmm. How'd you find out?
I mean, which time?
Well, anytime. Just pick one.
I've never found out by snooping. It has always either fallen into my lap, whether it's a phone call from somebody else or a
phone call. You mean a phone call? She calls you, or you hear her call him?
No, or one time she called him. We were in the car.
Okay.
And so that kind of threw things off. Because men really don't know how to lie when they're caught in something.
When they get caught, it get awkward, right?
It's real awkward. And another time would be a phone call from like maybe a mutual friend, like, hey, I might have seen so-and-so doing something. This was young,
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never had to snoop through somebody's stuff to find out.
Of the times that I know, and I don't know that I've been cheated on a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm. I know. I say that like which time, but it's not. I can't.
Yeah. The ones that I can prove is the one I'm gonna talk about. The way I found out with one of them, I was dating him. He was a minor league baseball player. I flew to his city to watch him play, and every time he came to bat or was in the field or did something, there was somebody clapping harder than me. And as a girlfriend, you're like, that's my baby. Why she clapping at the same time? Go. So I started noticing, you got 9 innings of baseball. I noticed it in the first inning. Okay, she keep clapping as hard as me when he go up there. Okay.
That's funny.
And just through the whole game, I couldn't even watch the game because I'm watching her respond to him, like uniquely him. It's all these players on the field, but I know who she clapping for. And I confronted him. And of course I sounded crazy. You coming at me because a fan was clapping in the stands? Yeah, she clapped really hard Every time you did anything. Okay, so all these fans, you gonna come at me because somebody. Now, keep in mind, we broke up eventually over something else. His argument was lessened when he married her.
Oh, okay. He had nothing to say then, right?
It lessened that argument, right? And I thought, that's so crazy that what are the odds that he would marry a person he had never heard of that just so happened to be in a game? Like, it's fate. They found each other after that.
You set that up.
Time, look, and another time I knew a dude was
set that up.
I might have introduced them, right? By saying there was.
Let me go find this girl who checking for me in the stand.
Who was clapping for me? Her? Wow. Okay. And the other time that I know for a fact my boyfriend was cheating was he lived in an apartment when we started dating, and then he moved apartments while we were dating, and then a girl showed up at 1:00 in the morning beating on this new apartment door. So you can right away an old apartment. You can't right away this new apartment that she's beating on your door at 1:00 in the morning. So, but he lied about that one too, and then admitted it 17 years later. So we don't have to say who that was.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I probably just assumed, or they did enough that I was like, even if he ain't cheating. Oh, I left out the one with the wife. So.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. Was he cheating on me?
No, he wasn't cheating on you. Cheating on us. That ain't funny. We're not laughing.
It ain't funny. I'm like the one that forgot that he had a wife. So I guess. So he's a cheater, but he wasn't cheating on me.
Right. He was cheating with you.
Her. With me. Let's get the semantics right. And again, I don't think all men cheat.
Just the ones on the earth. That's
just
it.
The ones that's breathing. And again, y'all know this is not a male bashing program. We being flippant about it because the question is, can you quote unquote stop/keep a man from cheating?
Hell to the no.
Hell to the no. Ain't nothing you gonna do to stop no man from cheating. You can be beautiful, you can be smart, you can be rich, you can be talented, you can be successful, you can be freaky, you can be nasty, you can be all the other people's desire. Beyonce, J-Lo, Sandra Bullock, Halle Berry, anybody that's just,
living their life.
Living their dream. We see these women living their dreams at a high level. Mary J. Blige, Taraji P. Henson, and we know they have men. We know these are their men.
And then what happened?
I feel like this is taking a turn. I felt like we were going to try to be more neutral in this.
Well, no, I mean, the fact it remains. You cannot stop. And I think this is where, while I say all men and women have the capability to cheat and be cheaters.
All men and women. Anybody can do it if they're going to do it. Yes.
I think there is a distinct difference between men and women when it comes to, can you stop a man or a woman from cheating? Because I think there are things you can do to stop a woman from cheating.
Okay, like what? Give me some examples.
Like be a great man. Pay attention. Because a lot of times, just like you said, I'm not painting this with a broad brush.
Right. Okay. But no, we're not generalizing. We're just talking about situations when these things have happened.
Right. Like you said, when a lot of times when a woman cheats, it is an emotional bond, an emotional tie that has been broken with the person they're with, and that they found with somebody else. So, like you said, you can be cheating before you even turn it physical.
Right.
Physical.
That work husband, that neighbor,
right?
Ex-boyfriend.
Like she's not feeling, and so I do think there's a distinct difference in stopping a woman from cheating versus I don't think it's anything you can do to stop a man from cheating. Because most times it's not. It's not an emotional thing. It's just they just want to go find out what they're talking about over there.
You just feel like they paying, and they saying, I woke up and I said, wait, what? I would never cheat. So that's a very good point. If this woman feels like she's getting this attention that she's craving or that she deserves or that she's old or whatever, she probably is not going to seek those emotional connections outside of the relationship. It's generally only when she feels deficient in what she's looking for from her mate. And then somebody else, she just told that person at work and now he know what he can slip in. He might not have, because he married too. So he know he can keep with her because he brought her flowers because it was her birthday and my husband didn't even remember, But yes, a guy would probably cheat without flowers.
You can cook every meal, you can clean, you can be beautiful, not walk around with your hair in a bonnet, walk around with high heels and a house dress on. Whatever. You can be there for that man, and if he wants to cheat, he will cheat.
And not even if he wants
Period.
to cheat. If he don't not cheat, he might cheat. Because I don't think a lot of men that cheat wanted to cheat. I think they did not cheat. I think a lot of times they find themselves in situations where I did not say no. So you did not cheat. Now, do I think they went to that situation to say yes? Probably not. Hanging out with my boys. I ain't know old girl was gonna come through, or I drank too much, or I was mad at you when it's a lot of reasons why.
Maybe.
I
think they do seek out cheating sometimes.
No, some of them do.
I see them on the dating app. So
100%. So you them on the dating app.
What's going on the dating app? You married?
There is that. But I do think
no, I get what you're saying.
You go with your boy to Vegas for his bachelor party. I think you thinking about turning up. I don't think you thinking, "Ooh, I'm gonna sleep with somebody." But by the time you sleep with somebody, it's like, "Well, I turned up." That's kind of, I didn't stop. I do think you also cheat when you cheat. So if you are the extra person, you are not the cheater. You are being cheated with, right? You're not a cheater.
If you're not knowingly. Now, I think if you know, I think if you know about it, then you're just as guilty. I think.
Are you a cheater? You're just as guilty.
You're a cheater. Yes. You are entering somebody else's relationship. Knowingly entering somebody else's relationship.
Right.
That's cheating.
So I think a lot of people who negotiate that feeling say, "Hey, he came to me."
Right. I get that. And that happens.
Right.
But
I'm not his first girlfriend.
I think you're still a cheater. I mean, you can see it. You might not see it as a negative thing, but I think you still classify as a cheater.
Okay. So it doesn't matter. So we're talking about it doesn't matter if you have on a bonnet, because the person we're not mentioning anymore, when he did the acknowledgement of cheating with several women, and I'm talking about sexual relationship with several women, the wife had on some hair paraphernalia that was,
it looked like a bonnet.
She calls it
a hat. It was a hat. We not. No.
A tam. It was a tam.
I thought you were about to say something else.
It was a helmet of salvation.
No. Cut that part out.
So then even women came at her. Well, look at how she looking. Well, no wonder he stepped out.
This is why I wanted to talk about this today. I know it's an old story, and we're really not talking about that situation. Y'all stop being like that.
That's what you want to say. Stop it. Yeah. Stop
that. I mean, society has dealt women enough bad cards for us to be like worried about why somebody looked like that. Oh, that's why he cheating. It's so misogynistic that we've been raised to think a certain way. We gotta erase that stuff.
Yes.
We gotta stop.
And not only that's why he cheated from women, it was, well, if my man cheated and I was gonna do a video, I would have looked like this. So you would have covered up to look good, even though you obviously are destroyed
and broken.
But you're gonna be pretty. Because
that's the problem with social media now. That's what we do. We put our pretty selves out there.
Girl, I put some cute pictures out there today, though. And no, we have people put a pretty picture and they say, "I'm glad I don't look like what I've been through."
But no, we gotta stop
take a selfie at a funeral and say, "We gonna miss you."
We gotta stop that message of that's why he cheated. Look at her. No. That ain't why he cheated. He cheated because he's a horrible person.
And because he has low self-esteem and needed validation outside of the woman that vowed to validate him. Now,
and he's a horrible person.
Whatever problems they could have been having, anybody having any relationship, when you go outside of it, you asking for more problems, you're not trying to fix it. So if you know you're not going to try to fix it, you need to end that situation and go your separate ways. But if we here together and I've drifted from you and you've drifted from me, you going and drifting to other people ain't going to be the answer. We just need to drift to the lawyer's office and say, we have drifted. We don't want to do this no more. I'm not going to be sending no bonnet while he be talking about all the several men he had sex with at my house.
One more thing.
Please.
The God I serve does not want me to struggle because he's not all the way ready. And by he, I mean my significant other. That's not the God I serve. So let's stop doing that too. Let's just stop it.
We have an attachment to struggle love. We have this attachment that we've been through some things. And even though he had that baby on me, and even though, and it's like,
I'm not saying, I know marriage is a vow that you promise to stay together through, sickness and health, to death do you part. And a lot of people take that vow seriously, and I understand that. Just an overall thing about struggling throughout my marriage is not something I would ever sign up for or stick around for. You know what I mean?
That doesn't mean, but let me say this.
You give people grace. You definitely give people grace to grow and to learn, and you growing together. And things aren't always going to work out the way you want them to. There's going to be some struggle, but that whole blanket of struggle love, and I think it comes from the church. We got to stop that message. We got to stop it. We got to stop it.
Let me say this. While you say that, I think as 100% I agree, I'm not going to do no struggle love. And 100% we agree that every day ain't going to be Christmas. We're going to fight. We're going to argue. We're going to have disagreements. We're going to hurt each other. All that. I think you and I struggle even more than the average bear with any kind of struggle love. Because we have the benefit of, I ain't got to do this.
Yeah. No,
so
we're on the end of the spectrum. We're over here and they're over there. And so we have to find a way to the middle ground, just like other people need to find a way to the middle ground, because we as soon as we see a first sign of struggle, it's like, oh, whatever. Moving on, because my life wasn't struggling before you came here. So
I struggle to the party. Right. So, and I think the older we get, struggle presents itself sooner. So we don't even have the attachment yet to love you through your struggle. It's like, wait a minute, did I love you before you let me see the struggle? Because I just feel like I don't want the struggle in my life.
I can't see a silver lining. All I see is struggle.
Everybody else see the struggle. You like, but yes, honey, I love him. He is fine. He does a lot of nice things for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, can we not start with the struggle?
And one of my most recent potential struggle love situations, being transparent, I found him very interesting and intelligent and entertaining, and I felt interesting being around him. Everything outside of that was a struggle, but I felt like, well, who wants easy? Easy is not as interesting. I like an adventure. So the struggle that I was seeing didn't really affect me the way it would if I didn't feel some connection to him that I liked.
Yeah.
It doesn't lessen the struggle, but there was something to go with the struggle. Like how when I put my dog's medicine in peanut butter, it's like you put something with it, it goes down a little bit smoother. But if you don't have no attachment to this person outside of struggle, and y'all been struggling from day one, and you met him, he was in a struggle with somebody else, and then he started to struggle with you, and then you won. You know how people be trying to win the struggle, and then you won the struggle, and then it's been struggle every day since. It's like, what is we doing? So, but I know, we are on the opposite end of the spectrum of we don't do no struggle. So we let's everybody meet in the middle and not do no more Derek Jackson videos. Let's everybody meet in the middle. Girl, you ain't got to stay with him. If he doing all this, he don't want you. You obviously don't like yourself. He done convinced you that you needed to lower your vibration to stay here. In some way, you still feel validated because this person other people put on a pedestal is your man, but really he for the streets. He everybody man. Save yourself. So you feel like if we go back to that specific situation, her videos since then and before, you feel like you can kind of look at her social media and see somewhere they've been together since high school or whatever.
Yeah, teenagers, that
her spirit kind of left her body. And now she just kind of is there.
Yeah, and I can't speak for that. Huh?
I think it's just hard for anybody to talk about your relationship, regardless of whether you're famous.
It is. It's hard for me to speak on her just in general. Like, it's just hard for me, but it appears, I don't know her. It does appear that she has been broken down and is trying to find a way to survive at this point.
Right.
And turning to religion and turning to scripture and,
And that's when you say God didn't create her to be down mentally and spiritually.
There's a line.
How we talk about her, how her appearance in their joint video and how people kind of tore her apart. A lot of women, a lot of men tore her apart. of how her appearance. I think about when I see articles of Khloe Kardashian, who keeps altering her face or lost weight or had her own public relationship struggles. She came out and said that her soul and spirit has been crushed and broken by people's willingness to discuss her face, her weight, and her relationship. Now, if you think about a woman who a lot of people perceive as beautiful, is rich, successful, whatever, versus this man's poor wife who fell in love with him as a teenager, I can't imagine. Because Khloe,
she's been mainly out of the spotlight.
She's been married. She can go by new soul. You know,
I feel like they've been together like 12 years or something like that, and been married a good bit of that time.
They have children as well,
and 2 small children, 2 women. I mean, 2 little girls, not women, 2 little girls. But mainly she's been out of the spotlight. So for the first time for us to see and hear from her, my heart goes out to her, because this is not how you want to be presented to the world.
And even with that, I think about Kev on stage. He and his wife have been together since they were kids. And
younger than they, about 15 years old. Yeah.
Right. And people admire their relationship and how they glowed up together and grew together. And of course, we don't know the ins and outs of all their relationship. But I think it was something about the way, and I read something online. Somebody put in a good point. The reason why Derrick Jaxn could speak to women about men cheating and how they feel about you and why you don't, is because he had firsthand knowledge.
Yeah, he was definitely an
expert on that.
He was absolutely an expert. I don't think he's given his wife the same advice that he's been giving other women. And I don't think he's been giving himself the same advice that he's giving other men, So that's where it's like, I feel like perfect world, he should have taken his struggles and used those, been transparent about it. Because if you're going to be fake online, that's why we try to be as authentic as we can with you guys. I mean, what you see is what you get, and you might get mad at us sometimes when we say stupid stuff, but that's just how we feel. It don't matter. They might get mad at me.
Hey, look, we sit here got this podcast, and y'all find out we secretly married with kids the whole time.
Yeah, no. But that's the whole point. It's like, and then but being your authentic self all the time, you don't have to worry about stuff like that. And I know you live by that. Like, hey, I'm an open book. You can't say nothing about me that I ain't already told you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna remember the lie.
So I feel like if he had taken his platform and said, hey, this is where I've fallen and blah, blah, blah. But it was just like he presented himself as an expert and he bashed other men.
For doing what he does.
The same thing that he did. So,
but you can buy his book about their healing, even though he's still sleeping with people last week.
She keep bringing that book up. See, I be trying.
I know. I could not believe that he came out with this video and then was selling the book. Y'all see the sun is coming in on me as we talk. Yeah. The sun is getting bigger and bigger. It's gonna swallow me up in a second. I saw it as a little line when we started, and the sun just keeps.
There's something that men have, that baffles me every day, and that is the audacity.
All the supply in the world.
If a man doesn't have a dime to his name, he will have the audacity.
He will have the audacity.
Okay, and that's my last male bashing point for the day.
Was that male bashing or just an acknowledgement point statement?
I know y'all listening. Y'all might have cut us off by now.
They probably didn't cut us off yet.
But let us know what you think in the comments. I really want to hear about this whole cheating situation, Now,
right. So we said, do all men cheat? Not necessarily.
No, we didn't say that.
Can you do anything to stop or keep a man from cheating? Absolutely not. Doesn't matter if a man cheats. Doesn't matter.
I think it's hard. It's hard to paint it with a broad brush. It absolutely matters if a man cheats. Yes, because that means something has been broken in the relationship and trust has been broken. And you kind of want to get to the why. Like, was this just something you do? Or was this something bigger?
We've talked before that cheating for us now is not the deal breaker it used to be when we were younger.
Yeah. This is not something I advertise to men when I meet them. I actually set these expectations higher than that.
Right.
But once you have established a bond with someone, especially if you're in a marriage, and have kids involved and stuff like that, of course you're gonna try to, I don't know, I would assume you want to work it out if it was just a one-off thing.
Right.
So it does matter. Yes. It will always matter. I'll never say it doesn't matter if a man cheats.
Do you want to know? Or would you rather not know? Do you want to know? Like, if he's discreet, you don't know. Do you want to not know, or would you want to know? You said a one-off might not necessarily interrelate. Would you rather not know, or would you rather know?
Am I married or just dating a guy?
I guess married.
If I'm married,
if we're dating and you cheat, we breaking up.
Right. Yeah. Or you break up and get back together. It's not one of those things where it's like a big deal. Yeah. If I'm married, I would want to know. I think I would. It would suck, but I would want to know, especially if I feel like it's gonna. Especially if I
don't know.
Because here's the thing, and this is what bothers me about cheaters the most. It all falls back on this audacity thing. I don't need nobody talking about what's going on with my man behind my back. And making me feel like I'm the stupid one, like I'm out to know.
So it ain't even so much that my man is with another woman, is you got me out here looking crazy.
You got folks looking at me crazy. Like, why is she with him? She's stupid because she don't see what everybody else see. Don't do me like that.
It ain't that I don't see it, I don't care.
If you're gonna have the audacity to cheat, at least try to keep it a secret. Don't be out here all in the streets.
Now that's
with these women.
When a man does not cheat discreetly, that is the cheating is a lack of respect. But the cheating where you at the club in your city where people know your wife with another woman, it's like
were you on a dating app? What you on a dating app for?
You just don't care about her at all. I'm gonna say if we dating and you cheat, we're gonna break up.
Mm-hmm.
If we married, then again, we're going to talk about circumstance, situation. I'm going to say I would rather not know now, but when I say not know, I mean, I would rather not know about that one time that you did that thing that could qualify as cheating. Like, I don't want you to kind of be like, hey, I need to tell you about this work trip. And I did have a drink with my coworker and we made out in the elevator, but nothing else. Don't tell me that.
I think I would
be I don't need to know that. I don't want to know that. Now,
not okay with it, but I would be okay with knowing.
No, because now you're going to have to quit that job. I got to fight her. So don't tell me that, because if you didn't really all the way, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I never want to know. Don't tell me that. But now when I say I don't want to know, you got a 5-year relationship and an extra family on the side. Yeah, that's that. You got me in these streets looking crazy. I need to know that. Mm-hmm. But I don't need to know everything. Because if you go back to episode whatever, there's a thing called Charles Woodson rule. So you're not going to know all the time. I may have potentially, allegedly, had cheated on you either. We've discussed this.
Hey, were you dating a baseball player then?
That's how I know you're a good friend, because I ain't popped you in the mouth yet. I was dating the baseball player who had an extra excited fan that he didn't know that he ended up marrying. And that's why I did not do anything with Charles Woodson. The Heisman Trophy winner, now Hall of Famer, Charles Woodson, because the minor league baseball player was my boyfriend and I wasn't a cheater. And it wasn't a few minutes after that weekend that Charles Woodson rule was ratified, I found out he was cheating on me. That's why, if you haven't heard the Charles Woodson episode, go back and listen to it. But Congress ratified the law that said your relationship is not in trouble if you are in a situation that you might regret not taking advantage of later. Not saying I wish I had done anything with Charles Woodson, y'all. Don't be putting words in my mouth. But if I had, I would have felt better. Drats. Foiled again. Being a good woman. Look at where it's gotten me. I could have been a contender. Anyway, folks, leave your comments. Let us know what you think. Thanks for bringing that up, friend. Thanks for making that full circle. I appreciate you for that.
When you said baseball, and I was like, Charles.
Yeah, that was I was with him. He was cheating on me. He did marry her. He didn't, and then Charles wasn't in the win. Thanks.
Your faithful self. Look at you with your little faithful.
Question before we go. Would you cheat? That's a question.
I've never cheated on anyone.
I've never cheated either. I will say at this age and at this place in my life, if I thought about it or was compelled to do it, there would be a lot of circumstances, situation that I want to check off on the box. And I would say it could potentially happen.
Right. I think at this
if
point,
if I'm being honest.
I don't know. I can't say I have it's hard for me to date more than one person at one time.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like I can figure out. I feel like
now if I'm just dating somebody and then I'm dating him and I'm dating him.
No, I'm not talking about just dating. I'm saying
if you're in a relationship.
Right. You have a boyfriend, not a marriage, but I'm saying if I had a boyfriend right now and I try or whatever, I mean, a really great guy, whatever, we kind of form a connection. There's an attraction. Just because you got a boyfriend or girlfriend or wife, it don't mean other people aren't going to be attractive. Who I am today, how I feel today, I would be honest and say, and hopefully nobody that I may potentially ever date in the future is ever listening to this.
They listening, boo.
I would be like, you know what, girl, we in Chicago, we here. I don't know what he doing.
You ain't gonna have that Charles Woodson situation no more.
Ever again.
Especially if it's like a great guy, you're like, man.
A great guy, and I'm gonna sit here and tell my, oh, well, I got a boyfriend back home, and he's somewhere in my bed with that broad right now. I'm gonna go and just clear my own spirit. I'm gonna cheat. just to be what? On the safe side.
Just to be sure.
Just to be sure. I'm gonna cheat just to be sure. Because if I don't cheat and I wanted to, I was attracted to him, he was a great guy, it would have been an amazing memory and experience for me. Not to leave you, but is just a moment I want to have, okay? And I don't do it, and then I find out about you later. Oh no, I'm gonna cheat to be on the safe side. And I can be honest, I never would have said this out loud to a crowd before in my life, but I am becoming more authentic in myself at this age and at this juncture. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Now, if you are listening to this and you thought I was kind of cute, you was thinking about asking me out, and I might think about saying yes, I wasn't talking about you. I wouldn't do it to you.
She lying. Make it worth a while to stay.
Do better. All right, guys. I think that was a good talk. Oh, that wraps up the story of, yes, women can cheat too. Give me an opportunity. I'm going to do it. All right. We'd love to hear y'all's comments. Do all men cheat? Answer that. Doesn't matter. Can you stop a man? Do you have a cheating story? Were you the cheater or the cheatee or the cheated? I actually think I understood what I was saying. Leave that in the comments. Share the episode. You ain't got to never use none of them other people's names again, because we done talking about them. We talking about in general. So you don't have to feel like you had a comment about their particular situation. We just talking about like, we don't even want to talk about them no more. So we almost hate that we talked about them because we don't even want to talk about them. But it's a general situation. We talking about that because of them, not talking about them, but because of that. Oh, no, he didn't.
Girl, yes, he did.
And he will.
Continue to, if that's what he want to do.
All the time. It ain't gonna stop him. We're gonna stop. He ain't gonna stop.